What is up, guys? My name is Harris. Welcome back to the channel. Today's a brand new video for 25 Days of Harry. As you can tell by the video games that are in front of me, I'm assuming you can tell they're NHL video games. We are doing my top 20 favorite NHL video game songs. That is right. We are doing that for today's video. It is a top 20. I was going to try and make it a top 10. There's too many to make it exclusively a top 10, and there wasn't enough to make it a top 30. So... yeah, I'm going to go through, obviously, through 20 all the way to 1. Some of these games are repeated, so I'm actually going to have to keep some games out. But either way, this is a top 20 list. I'm not going to go too heavy into detail on why I like some of these songs. There will be a playlist in the description, courtesy of Chell FM Soundtracks, with all of the songs that you guys can go listen to if you guys haven't already played these games. I know there's people who play like the current NHL video game soundtracks with the sound off. There's a couple of songs that I like from the modern day soundtracks. 3 of them didn't make it in, but 2 of them did. 2 of them are in the same goddamn game even. But yeah, so I think we're just going to get started. No more dilly-dallying around the topic. Let's just get started. Again, not going to go too heavily in depth, just... maybe say why I like the song in a brief sentence, give the game it's from, say if it fits within the soundtrack. So, yeah, number 20 is from NHL 2005. You can see we're doing things a little bit differently. No picture off on the side because I actually have the game, so I figured why not. But it's NHL 2005, Franz Ferdinand, Take Me Out. I like the slow build. I don't necessarily know if this song fits in an NHL video game soundtrack, but I really like the slow build. It just guitar at first kind of slowly builds into the whole band coming in, and it just sounds solid. I think when the band comes in, that part fits NHL 05. Like if they had started, like they'd cut the beginning out and just started with the da na 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 na, like that would have been a good way to, I think, start the 05 version. But we did get the full version of the song in game, and yeah, overall it's a good song. Probably the most, I think, commercially well known. I'm trying to look right now, and I think it is. Should be maybe second most, actually. Second most popularly well known song, so I'm getting it out of the way right away. Number 19 is actually a game I'm going to hold off to the side. That is NHL 19's Bulletproof Baby by The Struts. I like the chorus. I think it sounds fun. It's catchy. It's something that sounds like you could easily chant out at a hockey game should this song play, which, funny enough, I think it was this song, actually, just the other day, by the time I'm recording this. It actually did play the game. It didn't get to the chorus, but it was playing the verse. I think it was the song. But, yeah. Does it fit in an NHL video game soundtrack? I mean, somewhat. I think if you had rocked it up a little bit with the song, it definitely fits. But right now, I mean, given the current NHL soundtracks, it kind of does. But if you're going off overall what an NHL soundtrack should be, not really. But still, it's a song I like. I'm going to give it a decent grade if I had to give these grades. Franz Ferdinand's Take Me Out is probably like a 7 out of 10. Bulletproof Baby is probably still a 7 out of 10. Next up is a song from NHL 10, which is a game that one of the first NHL video games I actually owned. This one is going to be Anything Except the Truth by Eagles of Death Metal. I don't know why I was looking at the back of the game. I wouldn't have the song name on the back of the game. But yeah, Anything Except the Truth. I'd probably give this a good 7.5. I like Eagles of Death Metal. I've only heard a couple songs from them, though. It's this, Anything Except the Truth, and then it's Wanna Be in LA, which was on the, I believe, Guitar Hero 5 soundtrack, or song set list, I believe. I believe it was Guitar Hero 5. Might have been Warriors of Rock, but I'm pretty sure it was 5. Yeah, Anything Except the Truth. I kind of like the off-key vocals at the start of the song. The swagger of the singer with the lyrics is pretty fucking funny, and I like it a lot. Yeah, does it fit in an NHL video game soundtrack? Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason it's in NHL 10, and there's a reason NHL 10 is, in my opinion, one of the best soundtracks in the NHL library. So, yeah. Again, I'm not going to go too heavily in depth. I've got the playlist down below. Y'all can listen to these songs yourselves. Just go do that if you expect heavy, analysis. Oh, see this line here. That actually means like, no, I'm not gonna give you any of that shit. Just, hey, I like the song. Small reason why. Go listen to this fucking set list, playlist, whatever it is in the description. Next up from NHL 2004, we've got Bowling for Soup's Punk Rock 101. Surprised that the song made the list. Oh, I surprised it made the list, honestly, because there's not a lot of punk rock that I like. It's like there's 3 songs that made the list. This is actually one of them. Funny enough, the Bowling for Soup song. I'm not a big fan. I'm not even a fan of punk rock at all. But there's a couple songs, again, this one and the 2 others that make the list are probably my favorite punk rock songs. The only good punk rock that exists, in my opinion. Fuck you, Blink-182 fans. I don't care what you say. Blink-182 is trash. They're 50-year-old men acting like they're fucking 17. But yeah, NHL 04, Bowling for Soup's Punk Rock 101. It's a fun criticism of the genre while being a song within that genre. It's a fun bit of criticism while also clearly showing, hey, we don't hate the genre. We know how to play it. Yeah, I think the lyrics are really fun. It's Bowling for Soup. They did a lot of the Phineas and Ferb music, so if you know them from there, you should know what to expect. It's a fun song. It definitely fits in the NHL 04 soundtrack. It definitely fits. It has that big hype-up energy vibe if you're just listening to the music and not the lyrics. Shout out Huey Lewis and the News. But yeah, NHL 04. Good soundtrack. Got to cut another song that's going to be coming up very soon. Up next on number 16, NHL 07's Montreal Calling by Mobile. Or Mobile. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. But yeah, 07's Montreal Calling. I know it's out of the countdown. You know what's not here just because the word Montreal is in the title. No, that is not it. It's actually a solid song. It's got a really solid. I really like the opening song of the da na 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 thinking out loud, thinking out loud. I think that's fucking solid. I would actually sing, but I don't want to break your eardrums. But yeah, Montreal Calling. It's a solid song. It's got a nice bit of energy to it. Every time I hear when I'm playing NHL 7, I'm thinking, oh damn, yeah, I want to play some fucking hockey. I want to fight somebody in Minecraft. But yeah, 07. It's got a good song. Check it out. Link in the description. Coming in at number 15, this is where NHL 19 comes in again. We've got Led Zeppelin with When the Curtain Falls on NHL 19. Yeah, just a solid song by Led Zeppelin. Good to see them still making music in 2019. Like, 70 years after they first started. It feels like it, at least. They've been around fucking forever. In a good way, of course, Led Zeppelin. But yeah, When the Curtain Falls, great Led Zeppelin imitation by Led Zeppelin. And yeah, it's just a really solid song. It actually is one of the few rock songs in a modern NHL video game, and it actually sounds quite solid. It works to hype you up for playing hockey, which is, I think, what an NHL video game should do, is hype you up to play hockey. And that one does a fairly good job of it. Number 15 is, again, When the Curtain Falls. Number 14 is another, enjoy the voice crack, is another from NHL 04, the second song off 04, which some would, I believe, debate whether this is actually punk rock or not. I'm going to say it's on the edge. I'm going to say it's standing on the edge of the noise. That's not on the NHL 4, unfortunately. But we've got Oh Ellen by Gob. This is a solid song. I love the way Gob is seemingly a solid band. They actually have 2 songs on the countdown. Spoiler for later. If you saw the Ranking Every NHL Video Game soundtrack video, then you would know that that there's a song on here later that I really liked off of NHL 02. Spoiler. But 2004, of course I have both of them on the PS2, so I fucking used both covers. But yeah. Oh Ellen, nice intro with the guitar and the vocals only. Everything comes in, amps you up, gets you a hype. That's another factor to me is does the song make me, does it energize me, does it hype me up for an NHL soundtrack, of course. In real life, the more or less the top 5 sort of doesn't necessarily hype me up in real life. It's just like, damn, this is a good song. But Oh Ellen, by the way, the top 5, or it's like the the top 8 is right about where we get into like songs I've actually downloaded and listened to in my real life. Yes, I have a real life, surprisingly. Number 13, I don't think this one needs any explanation. From NHL 13, it is Zombie Nation, Krencraft 400. This is Stadium Chant mix, by the way, on NHL 13. NHL 13's got a very underrated soundtrack, in my opinion. I think it's quite solid. Krencraft, it's the Bruins goal song. Fun to chant along with. Gets you... I mean, this is actually something I think they should do, is put more like team goal songs in the soundtrack. I think they could actually work. They did it here with Krencraft 400. I want to say they've done it a couple other times, but I can't remember when. Rock and Roll Part 2, that was an arena song for a long time. In, I think, like NHL 10, 11, and 12, I think it was in. And that was the real life goal song for like 18 different teams in the fucking league at one point. Or at various points throughout the like 90s and 2000s. Until Gary Glitter came out to, I believe, be a child diddler, which, don't diddle children. Allegedly, I don't know if he was actually. I believe that was what it was, but it was something illegal that he did, and now nobody listens to his music. I forget what it was exactly. I mentioned it like 3 years ago in my Joker, in top 100 favorite movies, and then I completely forgot. But yeah, Krencraft, it's fun. Bruins goal horn doesn't really take it down any spots for me. Let's be honest, it kind of does. But yeah, Krencraft 400, solid song. Actually, I can't think of another instance where I believe it was a goal song being used. We'll get to that in a little while. And we'll get to it right now, actually, because coming up at number 12 from NHL 2003, if you're listening, whoa, you guys know it. It's fucking Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World. It's the only notable song off the 03 soundtrack. Yeah, weirdly enough, the EA logo on the spine is a little bit faded. I just noticed that now. But yeah, NHL 03's Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World. Everybody knows how good this song is. I don't need to go into how good the song is. Jimmy Eat World's lead singer is fucking great. The whole band plays very well on this song. I bumped it down just because I've kind of listened to it a lot, and so it kind of gets subtracted like 2 spots probably, but still a great song. And yeah, I just noticed I gave up completely on the grades, because you guys can tell by how these are ranked, it's how much I like them. So yeah. Coming in at number 7, NHL 07, another song off that soundtrack, and this is actually the copy I'm going to put to the side, I think. But coming off of the NHL 07 soundtrack is Barely Listening by Pilot, or Pilot Speed, as I believe as they were known in at this point. Yeah, NHL 07, this is actually the copy I used to play when I was a kid, or I guess you could say a teenager, because I was a teen when I got into hockey. But when I was a teen playing hockey games, this was the game I usually went to, and Barely Listening was the big standout at the time for me off that soundtrack. Barely Listening, the low-key vibe of it. Oh, by the way, in case I didn't note, Sweetness does fit the NHL soundtrack, and also it was the Florida Panthers goal song, for anyone wondering who it was. I think it was replaced like last year, which is very unfortunate. But again, 07 with Barely Listening. Yeah, this is a song that, weirdly enough, I actually think does fit, despite it being a more like low tempo, kind of soft energy song. Not soft energy, but soft, no real energy song until like the final like minute of it. It's a good song. It tells a story. It's got a good build up to it. I think it does fit in an NHL video game soundtrack, because, you know, it kind of gets you, you know, like, okay, when's the song gonna get hyped? And when it kind of does, you know, it's like, oh fuck, there we go. So Pilot Speed, Barely Listening. It's a good song. I wasn't doing that to like this, but like NHL. You guys saw. If you're watching, you probably saw what happened. But yeah. Coming in at number 10 is a song that I said earlier that was Standing on Top of the Noise, but this is actually Standing on Top of the Noise, because we got Standing on Top of the Edge of the Noise. Standing on the Edge of the Noise by BDI from NHL 12. You guys had to know the one song that features members of Oasis was gonna make the fucking countdown. So you can't be that naive to not think, unless you didn't know, of course. In that case, you're not naive. You're just I guess ill-informed. I don't know how that would be, but you're not informed. I guess technically is what it is. But the one song involving Oasis members had to make the countdown somewhere. It's a great song. NHL 12. Standing on the Edge of the Noise. It feels almost like a late Oasis song. Like, it feels like a song off of Don't Believe the Truth, or their last album, which I still don't remember the name of, because I really don't care to listen to it all that much. But yeah, NHL 12, Standing on the Edge of the Noise. Sounds like a late Oasis song. It has a lot of energy to it. Great song. Liam Gallagher's vocals are fucking awesome on this. Yeah, NHL 12. I really wish more Oasis had been featured in NHL video games, because I think if you had put them in a game circa like 03 to 07, that would have fit. Even if you went back and included something off like one of their earlier albums, like if you had included, say, It's Getting Better Man on like an NHL 06, or I'm trying to think, Supersonic on like an NHL 08, that would have been fucking sick. I really wish more NHL games had Oasis or Liam Gallagher, because he is a solo artist now. I wish they would feature more, but Standing on the Edge of the Noise, damn good song. Very happy they finally made it in an NHL video game, and props to them, hell yeah. Alright, coming in at number 9, we've got a former Montreal Canadiens, I believe, goal song, if not win song. I know it was associated with the Canadiens for a long time. They still chant it at the Bell Center, and that is Ole by the Bouncing Souls. This is off the best NHL video game soundtrack. So you might be wondering, Harry, how come it's only making an appearance now? Because the two best songs, it's like the two best songs, the number one best song off the soundtrack is like Here. I don't know why I was doing it. Like Here is Here. This song Ole is like Here, and then my third favorite song is like Here, and that's still like pretty good tier. Just not enough to make the playlist as a song that I like personally. I will acknowledge how good songs are, but yeah. NHL 11, like I said, Ole by the Bouncing Souls. Such a fun, high energy song. Great to chant along with. There's a reason Montreal crowds still do it. It probably has something to do with El Generico, but I mean, nobody's seen him in like a decade, so yeah. NHL 11, Ole, great song, absolutely a ton of fun. Every time I hear it start playing with the Ole, 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 every time I hear that, it's like, oh shit, here we go. I always get a smile on my face. Great game, great soundtrack. Ole, second best song on the soundtrack in my opinion. Don't shoot me. Alright, number 8. Now, this might be a little bit of a controversial one, because I do not believe this was in the actual game, but this was rather the intro song. Either way, I'm going to count it because it's my list, and if you don't like it, go make your own. Seriously though, if you don't like it, let me know in the comments, and why you don't think that it should technically count on the video game songs list. Not soundtrack songs, just the songs list. There's a reason David Bowie's Heroes isn't here, by the way, because it's not that good of a song. David Bowie was not that good of an artist, in my opinion. But, yeah, regardless, though, coming in at number 8 is NHL 2001's Heavy by Collective Soul. And I wish that I could play full songs right now, because this is a song I've been listening to for at least the past week. Just that at all your aid, it falls on me, it brings me down. I fucking love that. I love how that fucking sounds. I just love how fucking cool this song sounds. It sounds great. Apparently it was a hit around 1999, at least on the rock charts, so NHL getting a license for this song was probably kind of a big deal in 2000. Such a fucking good song. Heavy by Collective Soul. I can't say enough good things about this song right now. Now, does it stay here? Does it move up? Does it move down? Brings me down? I don't know. I actually don't know. There's a chance it moves up. There's a chance it moves down, considering that's a song that I've been listening to, again, a lot the past week. It's one of my favorite songs right now. Spoiler, it's probably going to be on the top 40 rock songs, but Collective Soul's Heavy, phenomenal song. I'm putting it at number 8. I'm actually kind of lowballing it, because I don't know where it's going to be a year from now if I do this ranking again, which I don't think I will, but say 4 or 5 years from now, if I end up doing this ranking again, once there's new soundtracks, and once I maybe listen to every NHL soundtrack a little bit more, maybe there's no songs I like off NHL video game soundtracks. Maybe it's every one of them. Maybe there's like 15 songs that take out the modern NHL video game soundtracks being good. That's rich. Alright, coming in at number 7 is a song that I've actually listened to a good bit. It's actually a pop punk song. I believe it's the highest pop punk song that makes the countdown. That is I Hear You Calling by Gob off NHL 02. Anyone who's seen the ranking every NHL video game soundtrack video, it has a good memory, should remember me saying I Hear You Calling was my favorite song off 02, or I believe mentioning it in the memorable song or whatever. But yeah, NHL. NHL 02, great soundtrack. I Hear You Calling, best song off the soundtrack. The guitar work is great on this. Love the vocals. Lyrics tell a story somewhat. Pretty good song. That's all I can really say. Hypes you up. It fits the NHL soundtrack perfectly. 01, if it's not in the actual soundtrack, that's a shame because it fits the NHL games so well. But I Hear You Calling does the same very much. It's a very solid song overall. Really like it. And now this might be a controversial number 6 pick. Not personally, but to some people, it might be a controversial song to put as high as number 6. But I love the song a lot. It's a song that whenever I listen to the soundtrack, I'm hoping the song is always next. And it usually never is because they cycle through the soundtrack, obviously. However, that is from NHL 15. That is Wolf Riders From Where You Are. The case is a little beat up because I used to throw this a couple times because I get mad at the game when I was a little kid. But I'm going to say I was a little kid now. But yeah, Wolf Riders From Where You Are. I love this song. The ooze at the beginning, the little piano, the instrumental. I love this song. Everything about it is just fun. It gets you all nice and fuzzy inside. Does it fit in an NHL video game soundtrack? I mean, as the intro song, because I know they have that little intro video, fucking 100%. It is perfect for that. On the actual soundtrack, I don't know, actually. I actually don't know if it fits well or not. But, however, From Where You Are, I love the song personally. I think it's a great one. And it's one, like I said, from number 8 onwards, we are into songs that I actually have on my... I was going to pull on my Samsung, but my iPhone, wherever the hell it is at this point, that I have on my iPhone, and I will listen to whenever I go out, or if I'm going for a walk or whatever. I'll have these songs probably on my playlist. So yeah, if that doesn't tell you how good these songs are, I don't know what is, because I have them on my playlist. Doesn't matter anybody else, I have them. No, but legitimately though, yeah, we're into the songs, like I said, now that I actually openly seek out in my free time. Olay, I don't, just because it plays during the Canadiens games, usually. Hopefully, whenever they win. What's a win? Coming in at number 5, we've got another one off NHL 07. Easily my favorite song. Love Priestess. So you had to think Talk to Her was going to make the playlist. Somewhere, Talk to Her, just great song. Priestess vocals are fucking incredible. Absolutely love Talk to Her as a song. Fits the NHL 07 soundtrack very well. Also tells a story. Love the chorus, how it fucking jumps up to a next level from where the fucking verses are. Just a great song overall. Couldn't like this anymore, I don't think. That's a compliment to the song, but coming off the 07 soundtrack, Talk to Her by Priestess. Good song. And I just realized I didn't need to pull out... I didn't need to keep the 360 version out because I have the game on the original Xbox. Son of bitch. God damn it. Whatever. Alright, let's keep going. I'm restarting this video. It's all ruined now. No. Coming in at number 4 off the NHL 13 soundtrack. That is right. It is going to be The Offspring. Days Go By. I don't know why I held up the game after I said the artist, but whatever. Days Go By. Great song. Absolutely love it. Tells a really good story. The Offspring are very good storytellers in their music. Pretty Fly for a White Guy is a very funny example of that. And it feels like heaven so far away, so far, I think is actually what the song is called, So Far. There's another one I had right off the top of my head. Come Out and Play, Keep Them Separated. The kids are back, I think is what it's called. Is another one. Great storytellers, and it shows up on this one. It definitely fits the NHL video game soundtrack. It has that high energy feel despite the lyrics. Great song. Fits the NHL soundtrack. Love this one. Damn good song. Notice, the further we get into, like, legitimate, like, sounds like a song, the more I like it. Coming in at number 3. This might surprise some people that I actually like this song. However, coming in off of the NHL 08 soundtrack, it's actually a song I've only heard in the last year. When I played NHL 08, I never had this song toggled on. It was always Paramore's Misery Business and Airborne's, I think it was Stand Up for Rock and Roll, was on the 08 soundtrack. It was never this song I listened to. Until last year, I was listening through all the NHL soundtracks, trying to hear what I missed, especially on games like this. And I think '09 had the same toggle songs on and off thing. And this is what just immediately stood out to me. As soon as I heard the opening, dun, 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 dun. As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And then I hear the lyrics come in. I'm like, "Oh, I like this." It was like immediately I liked this song, and it was one I kept coming back to. And even a year later, like if I go back and play '08, I will always make sure to toggle like this is that's the only song I will toggle. Well, this and probably like Stand Up for Rock and Roll and Misery Business now, but yeah, coming off '08, you guys probably could guess if you played '08 and remember its soundtrack well. You probably know what it is, but that is Santa Gold's Les Artistes. I still don't know how to pronounce the title because it's not actually said in the song, spoiler. But yes, love the song. Couldn't love it anymore. This is a song that just, mwah, incredible. Great song. Great story, great way it's speaking to the audience. Doesn't treat it like an idiot. Instrumental is damn good. Nothing I can say more. Just listen to it in the playlist. Listen to all these songs in the playlist. If you've got homework you got to do, I don't know why you'd have homework on Christmas break. Assuming this video goes out when most people are on Christmas break. But if you got homework, load up that playlist. Listen to the playlist while you do your homework, because it's going to improve your homework, I'm sure. I don't know who my audience is still in fucking high school, but I mean, I don't know. There's probably some people. But, yeah. Coming in at number 2 is going to be this is actually a game I didn't want to bring out again because the disc keeps falling out. That probably gave some of you guys a hint who saw the video game collection. Number 2 is going to be off NHL 12. That is Don't Bring Me Down by Electric Light Orchestra. Surprised it made it this high. Looking back, I probably should have put it around like number 8, number 7-ish, but Don't Bring Me Down by ELO. It's just a fun song. This is during that weird, admittedly little weird period of like 10, 11, 12. Like 11 had Rock You Like a Hurricane. This had Don't Bring Me Down. I feel like 10 had another old song. But this is during that era where they were actually willing to put like old songs in the soundtracks. And I love that they did that. Mix some of the current songs with old school songs. I think that's actually probably the best way to do an NHL video game soundtrack. You could fucking learn from EA. Who would have thought? But, yeah, just a fun song. Very experimental for the time. I think it came out 73, 74, around there. Mid to early 70s, early to mid 70s, I believe. But, great song. Absolutely just incredible fun. Love the song. It's very, very fun. It's just a great song overall. It sounds incredibly great. Alright, number 1. I'm not going to have any honorable mentions because there were 2 songs off of modern NHL video game soundtracks that, okay, weren't necessarily good enough to make the soundtrack list, to make this list. However, they were okay songs. I'm not going to mention them, but I think it was Air is Free and Ceiling Fan. I'll mention them, why not? Yeah, those are the only ones that came of note. Ceiling Fan, probably an honorable mention. Air is Free, not really. But yeah. So coming in at number 1, and this is a game that I enjoy. It's a soundtrack that I consider the best of the best. And this song is easily, in my opinion, the best of the fucking best video game soundtrack songs for NHL. One of the best songs in the NHL video game soundtrack, or the best soundtrack, the best song in an NHL video game. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be off NHL 11. It is Airborne's Bottom of the Well. This song is straight up AC/DC. I know Airborne probably gets compared to AC/DC a lot. They have a lot of AC/DC sounding songs. But that just speaks to how fucking kick-ass they are. Airborne, EA had like a phase of like 5 years where we were like, hey, this Airborne band's pretty good. Let's put them in the NHL games. And I'm happy with that. It was 08, 09 with Running Wild. This game, I already mentioned 08. But this game with Bottom of the Well, they were on 14. I fucking forget what song was on there. I think they were in one of 12 or 13 as well. Maybe 16, but I don't think they were. I feel like I would have remembered that. But, Legacy Edition is such a fucking boring soundtrack. The only notable song on there is the fucking Panic song. That's when you know your soundtrack is bad. But Bottom of the Well by Airborne, again, this is just fucking high energy. I love, like, it kind of starts a little bit slow, just kind of low, just got the fucking the kick drum, and just the vocals, which are still like, it feels like an electric guitar. A lot of people say that about Liam Gallagher, and I agree. But here on this, it sounds like an electric guitar, and I fucking love it. And then the full band just like fucking breaks through. It's just fucking beautiful. Beautiful work of AC/DC-ness. Check the song out. I can't say anything more about the song that would help convince you. Just listen to this fucking song. Listen to every song on this soundtrack, on NHL 11 soundtrack. Best soundtrack ever. Check out the playlist again in the description, boyos, because I have all of these songs marked down. Please go check them out. Please just go do that. That would be appreciated, boyos. And yeah, so that is going to finish it. That's going to do it for today's video. Guys, thank you all. Thank you guys again all so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. Favorite channels includes, but it's not limited to, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, channels, my name is Ray, subscribe to Puffy Club, Hey Sub, and SubHub, and NZ Nation. If you are a member of the Mod Squad, thank you for comments on streams and or videos. It is much greatly appreciated. You know, links in the description on the Amazon, which is the PO Box, PayPal, Discord, Letterboxd, account, the Twitch, and the speed and the Streamlabs are all down there as well. Thank you guys again for watching. Do not forget again, boyos, to like, comment, subscribe, all that goodness down there. Always remember, Ale Morial, no matter how bad we were last year, how hopefully good we are like this year. Go Habs, go baby. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Harris again, and I'm out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye.